So this viral clip of this chick divorcing her husband has been going around. I've seen the short version of it. This version is 2 minutes. I'm going to react to it because I'm sure there's going to be something in there that I haven't seen yet. So regardless, I'm going to give my thoughts. That's what I'm going to do. So let's get to it.
I'm going through a divorce.
What happened with that?
I Basically my husband stopped meeting my expectations.
What you mean?
When I met him, when I met my husband, I told him what I expect from a man. The number one rule with being with me is you have to provide. I won't settle for anything less. So my husband ended up losing his job.
He had a
And
job?
yeah,
Where he
yeah,
worked
he
at?
had a job. He was a manager at a
Pull the
warehouse.
mic in so these people can hear you. He was a manager at the warehouse?
He was a manager at a warehouse.
Okay.
So he ended up losing his job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So a month went by and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills? So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills. And he told me no. He felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you, as a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband.
Now, see, when it comes to these types of videos, I got to take it with a grain of salt for multiple reasons. The first reason is this is just ridiculous. So she could just be lying for content. Like this, she might not even be getting divorced. I don't think that's the case, though. The second thing is, I'm going to say something about, the expectations she set in a moment, but I talk often about how women are dishonest. So, with this, it might not have went exactly how she said as far as all of this. It might not have went as it might have went a little different. She might not have even set the expectations like this. Even then, she could have just said, I want a provider. And he said, okay. They didn't have an understanding that she was never going to touch a bill, you know. So that's possible. So let's just push all that to the side and let's just pretend that everything she is saying is factual because we're only going to get one side. Let's just pretend that everything that she's saying is how it went down. First off, I'm not going to lie, man. Only black women talk like this. And when I say that, not all, not even going to put that on the majority. But when you go around and you look at like these dating shows or dating podcasts, chicks sitting in front of mics and stuff like that, you never see these chicks as far as like chicks or any other demographic saying stuff like, I'm not going 50-50. You got to pay all the bills. I'm not paying no bills. I'm not contributing to nothing financially, et cetera, et cetera. You only hear that from black women. If you hear it from somebody else, they were influenced by black women. I try to tell y'all when it's 50-50, because this is not a new conversation. It may be new to you, but this is not a new conversation. This was not a conversation in the 90s. This was not a conversation in the 2000s. Around the mid 2010s, this shit began to pop up on Facebook and Twitter. And when it was happening, after the first few years of it happening, I was like, bruh, we do this shit every year. This is 50-50. A man got to provide so I can sink into my submissive feminine and all this shit. And I'm like, are any white people talking about this? And when I went through Twitter, and Twitter is wide open. So it's not like, people got their accounts private. No, it's all public discussions. When I search 50-50 relationship within the ballpark of 2014 to 2016, somewhere in that ballpark, only time I seen white chicks pop up is when they were saying, a relationship shouldn't be 50-50. It should be 100-100. We both put in all the effort. That was a common thing that they said. Couldn't find one white chick around that time frame talking about this 50-50, pay all my bills shit. This is just strictly some black woman shit. Now that we got that out the way. If he heard her set those expectations, and this is something that she felt strongly about, he could tell that she felt strongly about it. It was communicated that way. He agreed to it, signed, sealed, and delivered the contract type shit. Like, yo, yes, I will provide and da-da-da-da-da. That is his fault for being with this woman in marrying her. That is his fault. What you have to do, and I say this all the time, you have to qualify your chicks, you have to vet your chicks, and this is one of the things that you got to vet for. First off, if she is talking like that, she wants a dad. She wants a dad. You shouldn't even be considering fucking with her. As a guy, yes, you should provide. I do agree with that. I do believe in that. But that is reserved for a qualified woman that you vetted, that you decided to be in a long-term relationship with or a marriage with, period, point blank. And one of the things you need to vet for as a man is if she is willing to invest in you. This could be even through her paying for like the third date if you the date meister or something like that. If you be doing that, if y'all decide to live together, it don't matter how much you make. If both of y'all working, what bills is she gonna pay? That should be a discussion before y'all get there. And I don't care how good the sex is or nothing, bruh. Before you move in, you need to have a conversation like that. And if she is taken aback, now it's time to ejectocito cuzzle. Because this is the thing about this. You got to understand, she's going through a divorce. She's going through a divorce. Let me say it one more time because you may not understand. They went through this whole process, been together, got married, and then after however long a marriage, they got divorced. If your chick is taken aback by having to pay a bill, and I'm not talking about the rent she could pay, the electric bill, the water bill, whatever it is. If she is taken aback by, paying for a date, if she is taken aback by letting you borrow some money or whatever the case may be, this is a chick who more than likely really don't like you. She just likes what you have to offer. And you got to be able to spot the difference. Let's continue.
None. If you can hear.
He probably happy you gone, though.
I'm sure he missed me.
A headache? That would be a headache for me. Like, I know I just lost my job. What if he lied? Niggas do that. Like, I just lost my job, baby, to test.
But
What is he doing now?
That's childish. Like, what you testing me for? That's childish.
I'm saying to see
That's a test that should have been ran way before marriage, but he probably was looking for a way out.
what I got. Now I see what I got.
If you asked me to be your wife, you knew what you had.
Nah, I ain't thinking I down lose my job from the warehouse and they gonna do that.
I mean, but you knew what it was.
So,
you knew what it was. I told you who I was from the beginning, and you still asked me to be your wife.
oh, you told him that if he lose his job, you gonna throw it away?
I didn't tell him that, but I told him
What'd you tell him?
you are to provide, and I told him, baby, your money is my money, and my money is my money.
If she actually said those words, and he not only stuck around, but he married her, he got exactly what he deserved. He is a fucking sucker.
And so he didn't have any more money, and that was a problem for me.
Dude sitting there like, you a bird. That's what's going through his mind. You a bird. How did I let this bird get on this podcast? I don't even know how to respond to this. That's what he thinking. But listen, it's more video. That's the end of the clip. I got to find the full video because this ain't even what I seen from a lot of the clips that I seen. Let me find it. Hey, listen, man. Hey, I found a full episode, bro. This shit 2 hours. And guess what? This ain't even past the first 6 to 10 minutes, bro. Oh, man, it gets so much worse, bro. I don't know, man. I might react to this the whole month or just do like a live stream or something like that. I don't know, because it's too crazy. It is too crazy, bro. But we gonna try and finish this one out.
I'm saying then what happened? How you tell him to go?
I mean, so he has a friend. I mean, I did think the friend was attractive or whatever.
Hold up. I'm saying, what did you tell him? Like, when was the last conversation of the you two broke gone?
So I told him that the last conversation was when he told me he was not going to pay me back if I paid the bills. So at that point, I told him, I can't do this no more. I can't be with no broke man. I can't be with no man that expect me to touch bills. I don't even want to know bills exist.
It's a cold world we living in.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
So your new dude, he paying the bill?
Of course, I get everything I want.
So do you believe that he believe that you solid if you see him saying shit like that? So he go broke. He know what it is.
He know not to go broke.
Damn. So the nigga's only worth his bankroll.
I mean, what can you do for me if you don't have money? How can a man lead if he don't have money? You can't lead me and you don't have no money. What you want to lead me to? Homelessness? What is so funny?
That's fucked up, man.
Like, where are we going?
Listen, I already chopped that up. We done with that. We gonna get to the next part.
Would you rather have fake love that's beneficial or real love that's a liability?
Fake love that's beneficial. I'm not about to struggle with nobody.
That's cold. You have fake love. Would you rather have fake love that's an asset or real love that's a liability?
Give me the asset.
Damn, that's cold. You know everybody probably think like that.
I'm sure they do. Especially women. We won't be taken care of.
So you can know the nigga faking you out.
Yes.
Instead of having a liability nigga. Nah, that's cold.
I don't.
What you think, Sha?
I'm kind of agreeing with her.
What you think, Court? Fake me out.
Take me out.
I ain't no believer in struggle love, baby.
What?
We too grown for that.
Say it again.
I ain't no believer in struggle love.
What that mean? What struggle love?
Struggle love. We ain't finna be out here broke together. Can't get bills paid. You can't wine and dine me. I'm not doing that.
Damn. So you think that's a nigga? So what we gonna get? All right, if we weren't struggling, me and you in a relationship right now, what I get?
You gonna get my time, my attention, my support, good sex.
And that's worth what?
That's worth everything. That's worth you
Who
financially
said
taking
that?
care of me. What you mean?
Who said that? Like I'm just like, nah, all bullshit aside. Who made that up? Who said that?
I mean,
that's worth that.
to me, as a pretty woman, privilege.
Bruh, I just screamed laughing. I can't believe this shit, but we gonna keep it going.
It's a cold world, man. That's the perspective that's going on out here too, right?
Yeah.
So anybody that think different, if a dude think different of that, he's like a what they be calling him, narcissist.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
So that nigga he crazy.
Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta know what comes with dating a pretty woman. You
What
can't.
where them guys be at though? Who be doing all that stuff?
What, the whining and dining?
Yeah.
They everywhere. They ain't hard to find.
How long that shit be lasting though?
As long as you want it to, long as you play your cards right.
This some bullshit. I'm gonna do one more fast forward.
So what about your dude having multiple women?
No. I need mine to be all about me.
But you got two niggas, right?
Yes.
You gonna fuck the nigga friend once he go broke.
I
They
fucking
need to
daddy
put,
here.
you need to put you in the Guinness Book of World Records. You cold. You playing, bro. You come on here playing, bro. You smoked one in the car.
Listen, if men could do it, why can't us women? See, that's why I'm at in life. If a man can do it, why can't a woman do it? You know how many of
Well, you can't do it because you don't pay bills. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all can check my channel, man. I reacted to a lot of birds this year, man. This might be the biggest bird of the year, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is some of the craziest shit that I heard. What's even crazier is the chicks in the studio agreeing that they would rather have a fake relationship or fake love from somebody who really got bread versus real love from somebody who don't really got bread. And that's why, and I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to the black community, I get it. I get why people think that, money is everything. And when it comes to dating and if you got the money, you get the girl type shit. I understand because this type of rhetoric is being pumped out and stuff like that. But the thing that people overlook is that this chick about a good 30 something, if not 40 something. That's one thing that people overlook. This chick is older. Another thing that people overlook is she's in Atlanta. They in Atlanta. So that's a whole different type of culture and stuff like that. Another thing that people overlook, this is the major one. She was probably getting piped for free when she was a youngin'. When she was, we could go past high school. We could say 18 to like mid 20s probably. Probably getting piped just for high fives and handshakes. And then just made the decision, no, I want the baller. Because when you 18 to 22, you do not need the baller. You do not need the baller. But when you hit those later ages, you realize how heavy life is, how heavy paying for bills is. And it's like, shit, if a motherfucker, if this coochie could get my bill paid, if it could get my bills paid and put a roof over my head, I'm going to use it for that. That's how some chicks move. This chick is not an accurate representation of most women, all women, or anything like that. But she is a representation of some very superficial women. And just even this last part, just thinking that you could have two dudes and a dude is supposed to accept it, but he paying your bills, that's insane. That's pure insanity. I'm done, bro. I'm done. And the one thing I did want to say, man, this cat, he was asking her the questions and stuff like that. It's probably in the podcast because I did some fast forwarding, but she was talking about her husband, brother, bro, or his friend or whatever. I'm assuming that she ended up getting some money from the husband's friend, smashing the husband's friend, whatever the case may be. If that is the case, I don't even got to say, we could just say that that's not the case. We could pretend that's not the case. What this is an escort prostitute relationship because she overtly wants your money. She overtly wants your money and she is not willing to give you any value for real outside of the coochie. All that support and all that shit, like, if she was really supportive and really willing to offer that and all that stuff, those would be things that she would mention out front. He wouldn't have to ask no questions for her to come out with that shit. So it's all bullshit. But anyways, man, let me know your thoughts, man. I'm gone. Actually, I'm not gone because we have been bamboozled as far as this internet. Listen, man, I be on Facebook, man. The heavens gave me this one, man. I was scrolling and then it was because I looked for a social media while we was doing this, like while I was doing the video, couldn't find it on Instagram or like, just Instagram really. Bruh, I've been seeing this chick on Facebook for a minute. She is a Facebook comedian. She is acting. This is all fugazi. This is all for jokes. She is a character. This is not real. I didn't put the laugh reaction in the screenshots, but listen, man, 155 likes in 20 minutes. Let's read this real quick. So I've been talking to this guy for 2 days now. He finally asked me on a date. He said that he taken me to Ruth's Chris and told me he would pick me up. I told him I prefer to meet him, being that it's our first date. As I'm pulling up to the parking lot, he calls me and asks me where I am. I told him I'm getting out of the Uber. He then asked me, am I at the Uber? I told him I don't have a car. I told him I didn't let him pick me up because my mom doesn't want random man pulling up to her house. Why this man told me, you may as well get back in that Uber and head back to your mama house. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? The man had the nerve to say, I'm not spending Ruth Chris money on a chick that can't bring to the table the same things that I can. He immediately pulls off on me after that. She makes a bunch of posts like this, and I'm going to have them sliding across the screen. You can pause each one, but yeah, these are all pretty viral. They're going crazy. That one's definitely going crazy about her getting with a stud. And this last one, yeah, that's probably what got her on the podcast. Her saying that she filed for divorce and mess with one of the dude's friends and stuff like that. I believe she probably was never married and didn't get a divorce. And this is just all cap. And this is just like, she just doing the podcast because it's something to do. And they playing like it's real. Like, I don't think this is how she really lived. I think she is a Facebook comedian because all this shit got mad laugh reactions and it's all just ridiculous. Who would really put themselves out here like that? So listen, like, she is a parody of a bird. She is not actually a bird. And I almost got, but I know a few other reaction channels probably gonna get got too. So it is what it is, man.